So, all in all, what on earth can Ballardini actually do?
You can only work with what you've got so far, and a lot of it has to do with coaching, as you've pointed out. The coaching's not there, and the players all fall victim to this. Is there something, like, would you have to say, looking back on the first half of the year, even though we're not at the halfway point, has the biggest surprise really been Ballardini, or has there been somebody else that shockingly disappointed you to start this season?
Well, when it comes to on the pitch matters, I'm afraid the only person that's responsible for that is Ballardini, and just the performance of all of our quote-unquote star players. Now, the likes of Kolarov, Lichtsteiner, Foggia, Zarate, none of them have performed anything like we expect of them, and that can only be attributed to the crapness of Davide Ballardini. The only person who's got any credit for that this entire season for me is El Capitano, who's continual. I don't know how he's being so loyal to us. It's beyond me, because it dropped. No, maybe he's pulled all of his hair out. That's why he's bored, trying to play under Letito, etc. But honestly, it's just that there's no system, there's no tactics, and worst of all for Lazio, of course, there's no passion, is there?
There's nothing worse when you're lacking the confidence, as it shows so many teams. The thing about when you lack confidence is there's so many little things that could bring you right back up from it. I mean, I hate to bring up a team that, I detest more than AS Roma, but they were going through something similar last year, very similar. And then they had that game against Chelsea in the Champions League right before the Rome derby, and it brought them right back out of this rut, and all of a sudden they went on a tear in the league.
Sure, and then we could even argue that we had that chance, didn't we, when we played rubbish Sofia away and we won 4-0. That could have easily have been a catalyst for us to have a load more points than we already have done, but for the reasons to do with Ballardini, it hasn't happened at all.
There's no real stability in the back. There's no real stability in the organization, and I guess that's what happens when you have a cleaning company president take over a multi-million-dollar company. I don't know if his resume qualifies him to run a multi-million-dollar publicly traded company like SS Lazio, but we're stuck with Claudio Lotito for now, unless, by the miracle of God, something happens to him. And we're stuck with Davide Ballardini and everything that comes with him. His lack of confidence, his lack of tactics. I mean, we're only 2 weeks away from the Rome Derby, and every year I have something planned for a Big North Curve episode, but the truth of the matter is I have nothing to talk about or praise. There was never a worse time, I think, to have a Rome Derby, honestly. I mean, unless we can sneak in with a win against Bologna on Sunday, which, 10 weeks ago should have been a cakewalk. But now, all of a sudden, with all this lack of confidence, it looks like it's going to be a tightly contested affair between two afraid teams of dropping any more points. And I don't see, a draw is most likely in this result, which is scary to think.
Yeah, and it really is the matter of us hoping that we don't get embarrassed in the derby, isn't it? Because hardly any of us can even expect to win that, which is quite horrible to suggest, isn't it?
Theo, I want to thank you for taking the time out and bridging that gap between the islands to Canada that much closer. Hopefully we'll have you on soon. We're going to still go ahead with I have something special planned for the Derby. If you can't beat them, I guess make fun of them. So if you want any parting shots to the other side of Rome, now's the time to do it, my friend.
Well, the biggest thing I can say is that Totti and Letito are the same shit. So that's all I can really say, to be honest. That, Letito over 10, Totti over 10 is all the same to me.
And thanks a lot for being with us. We'll hopefully talk to you soon.